Hey, I'm Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to
Personality Hire, the podcast where something has happened. And I have to tell you about it because it involves the law.
And you know how I feel about that. Strongly.
I don't know if anyone listening has seen all these ads for the Tin Can. The Tin Can is a Wi-Fi phone marketed to children to be able to call other tin cans so they can chit chat amongst themselves. You can add other numbers to it, like regular cell phone numbers, but they can just call can to can.
Yeah.
I got Scooby one of these and she loves it. Okay. That's a little background info. So 2 days ago, we get home from school, Scooby and I, and she is in her room. Mom, I'm going to change my clothes out of my school clothes. Awesome. Great. I'm getting her snack together. 15 minutes go by. She's changed. She's hanging out. She's playing in the living room, like whatever. And then I hear a boom, 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 boom. A hard
Someone had fallen.
Hell knock on the front door.
Oh.
Like hard, scary hard. I go to the front door.
She called 911.
I have fucking pirate's booty in my hand. I've got all this like crap all over me. I'm like, whatever, getting her stuff together. I open up the door. There are two cops.
She called the cops.
And they're like, we're here to do a wellness check. And they were not playing around. And I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. And he was like, maybe did your alarm go off and you didn't realize that the alarm was going off? And I checked the panel because it's right by the front door. And I was like, I definitely turned it off when we got home. It's not going off. And they call me before they send the cops out.
Yeah. So
and
you would have known.
Right. And if I don't answer, then they send the cops out. And I was like, I'm so embarrassed. I don't know what's going on. And they were both like very stern about it. They were not giggling. And I said, I do not know what's going on. I'm so embarrassed. Thank you for your time. And he's like, okay, well, I am going to mark this down. Like we have to like keep a record that we came out here and that it was called and that we checked. But you know, you said everything's okay. So I am going to make an indication of that. And I was like, okay. I shut the door and I'm racking my brain. I'm like, what could have happened? What could have happened? I look around. I definitely turned the thing off and I go, it hit me. I said, she and I a couple weeks ago just had a conversation about 911. I checked the tin can call log because I have an app for it. Sure enough, she wouldn't, during the 5 seconds she was in her room.
Curiosity killed that cat.
She called 911. So I'm thinking in my
brain.
911.
I'm bored. 911.
I'm like,
I don't really want to wear these pants.
I'm thinking in my brain.
911. Where did I put my American Girl doll book?
911.
Yeah, like
I'm
911. Mommy won't let me have chocolate.
No, I don't even know. So after that happened, I'm like thinking quickly. I'm like, how am I going to address this? So I turned the TV off because she was watching a show while she was eating her snack, and I said, "Come here, I want to show you something." She sits down next to me.
I'm scared.
And I pull up the Ring camera footage.
I'm truly sweating. I'm in trouble.
I pull up the Ring camera footage and I said, I need you to watch this.
Oh, I'm so
I turned it all the way up and I let her watch the cops come up to the door, bang like hell on it. And then I let her watch me, like, because you can see me, my like outline. Talking. Yeah, talking to them. She burst into tears. I didn't do anything.
But
and I said,
did do something.
Okay, well, don't fib to me.
Yeah.
I said, because you obviously did, because I also have proof on the tin can. And I was like, so you called 911 and I want to know why. What did you think was going to happen? I just wanted to see what would happen. I wanted to see if it would really work.
It really works.
And it really works.
Yeah.
And so she was very remorseful for her actions. She said she felt so bad. Yes. Also, I did this as a kid.
I was about to say, I think every kid does this. I never did because I had an older brother that probably did. But you know what else I did? I called other people. Sure. I got out the phone book and I would say that number looks fun.
Well, we already know you be prank calling.
Yeah.
In your heyday.
Kids, quit smoking in the bathtub.
But it was so funny because we had this conversation about 911 weeks and weeks ago because I wanted her to know that on her tin can, it is an option, which I do like about it.
You want her to know
totally
how to dial 911.
And how it's only for true emergencies. And we talked about what a true emergency was, like whatever.
Like
because
a fire, sometimes someone you don't know coming.
I think that some other moms might be able to relate to this. Like sometimes Matt travels for work and he's gone a few nights in a row. And I always have anxiety that something's going to happen to me during the night. Scooby's going to wake up and it's going to be a nightmare, like something, whatever. So I like that she has this, but I don't know. What was it about this Monday afternoon when she was just truly taking off her uniform and putting on play clothes?
What if they talked about it at school? Like, I wonder if like one of the kids.
I don't know.
Also,
no idea.
I keep on dripping into the fake Southern accent. I'm
You
like,
do?
yes, I keep on being like, I wonder if she was talking to her friends.
I wonder if she was
because I did
talking
an audition before this, so I
need a little bit of a Southern accent.
Yeah, and I keep doing it, and I hear myself, and I'm like,
it's
just letting you guys know. I know, I hear it.
My
It's,
mom.
just let me get out of it.
My mom and her best friend. I saw my mom's best friend over the weekend because I had to go to a wedding, and she reminded me that my mom and her used to talk in a Southern accent back and forth to each other, and they used to call one another Miss Baxton because my mother and my father's landlord in Alabama, by the time I was born, her name was Miss Baxton, and she talked like that, real slow, and the kind of lady that would say, "Oh, bless their heart," or just really
very formidable woman.
Yes, and truly, she was. From what I can tell, a bitch, but she really covered it up with a very, very thick, syrupy accent. Yes. So when I saw my mom's best friend, her name is Brandy. Brandy, if you're listening,
Brandy,
I don't know if you're listening or not, but I remember now from my childhood, they would call each other Miss Baxton. And so
Baxton.
that you going into your Southern accent reminded me of that.
Well, I'm going to Miss Baxton my way through this podcast, through my life, and I'm going to start calling you and say, is Miss Baxton available?
To chat. And you know what? I'm going to say no, because she's dealing with a small child who wants to start
calling
their criminal career. And she said the last thing to wrap it up, I said, so we're not going to do that again. And I wasn't going to like really lay into her about it because she knew what she was wrong. It scared her just enough. And she said the right things to let me know that she was truly remorseful for sure. And so, but the one thing I did say, I was like, I'm going to think about if you're going to keep your tin can in your room or not. I have a lot of thinking to do. Like, I gave that to you. I let her move it. Yeah. I let her move it from the kitchen to her room because she was doing so well with it. And it was like, it was, and to be like, I trust you. Right. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, now I have to think about if we can keep it in your room or not. And I was like, and also by the by, if that ever happens again and the cops show back up.
Oh, never. You won't have a cell phone until you're 24.
No. I said, I said, they take you with them. And she goes, where? I said, I don't know. I have no idea. But you have to, they will take you with them. But where will I go? I don't know. I don't know where you go. But if you do it again, they're going to come to the front door and they're going to take you with them. And I know that might have been pushing over the edge. Guess what? I don't care. I don't want these two burly men banging on my door ever again. Because can you imagine what went through my head when I saw them on my front door?
I know exactly what went through your head, and I'm terrified.
I said someone that I am
very close with
and am close with has had a horrific accident. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I never want to see that.
Yeah. So I just put slightly the fear of God in her. But I also did it when I was a kid. So I really was like, I understand the curiosity behind it.
Oh, totally.
But there you go. But it made me think about, have you ever had to call 911 in a serious situation?
Yes.
Okay, you have?
Yes.
I did too one time, but I wanted to know what yours was because mine is like serious, kind of, but also a little funny.
Okay, well.
But you don't have to talk about it if it's
I have one that is sad.
Okay.
So I won't tell that one.
Yeah, don't tell that one.
But I've had ones where I've had to call for like other people.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Like other people were getting hurt or something, or other people got in an accident. Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the only time I've called the cop. I never prank called or dialed, but I do remember wanting to desperately. But instead, I do remember the night that I thought about calling the police, but instead called my grandma, and she said, "Don't ever call me this late again." And I said,
"You've told me that story before."
I was like, I should probably call the cops.
That was your mom's mom?
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, I should probably call the cops.
I remember that.
But anyway, still with a Southern accent. Okay. But I don't remember ever calling anyone I wasn't supposed to, besides in the phone book, but then I would just hang up. So no one ever found out.
Yeah. And also, times were different.
So I didn't get in trouble.
No.
Because no one ever found out. But I would have gotten in trouble if they would have seen me do it.
The one time that came to mind when I was like thinking through my not calling 911 as a kid, and then I don't know why, but this just hit me like a ton of bricks. One time when I was in college or just fresh out of college, if you are not an Atlanta native, then you don't know that Ponce City Market used to just be the Sears Roebuck building, and it was a manufacturing facility for Sears Roebuck, either manufacturing or shipping and storage. Anyway, that huge building was owned by Sears, and it was abandoned for a very long time. There was City Hall in it at one point, and before
I didn't know that.
Yes, and so before it transferred to Ponce City Market, it was nothing was happening with it. But it was like a big cool building. So it was late night. I was coming home with my friends from somewhere. It was 3 of us in a car, and I was not driving. My friend was driving, and we came to the red light right in front on Ponce de Leon, in front of the Sears building, and there was a homeless man waiting at the MARTA bus stop.
I was about to say, with no pants on, huh?
And he had no pants on.
Oh, I knew it.
And I turned and I saw, and I was like, oh, damn. And I thought I was just going to have to wait the red light out with knowing that was happening. No, he said, your time has come. He said, your time has come. This man walked up to my friend's window on my side, the passenger side, pressed his naked front butt, back butt, the whole shenanigans on the window, around and around and around. And I just immediately...
He did not wax on and wax off.
He said, wax on, wax off, over and over and over again. We were screaming. I remember we were screaming like we were on a roller coaster. Like, ah!
Well, that would feel like a roller coaster. It's terrifying.
And I did call 911 because I was worried. My friend was worried that if she drove off, she would run over his foot or like injure him.
Yeah.
So the light turned green, and we felt like he was still pinned against the car.
I would have just scoot.
I mean, I would have done maybe differently, but she wasn't moving the car. So I said, hello, officer. I called him.
I said, run over his damn foot.
I got a man exposing himself to me. He's so close to my car that if we move, we might hurt him. And then the cops showed up. And
what happened?
They arrested him, and they just said, you guys just leave, because we were traumatized.
I hope they just give him pants,
I don't think they really took him anywhere other than like, here's some britches. But that was the one thing that came to my mind. And I was like, that's valid, because that was also a time where I needed help, but it was also hilarious. But it was really funny.
It's funny.
And I will tell you, the whole time he was smiling. He was giggling. He said, this is fun for me. He said, this is a good time.
Which it's not.
It's not for me, but for him it was.
For him, he had a great time, I'm sure.
Anyway, 911. 911, that story. 911, maybe I shouldn't have shared that. 911, trigger warning. But it's true, and it happened to me. Well, that's my life.
I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Yeah, today.
It's going to be the day that they're going to give it back to you.
Have you seen the trailers for this new like thriller horror movie called Obsessed?
Okay, no, but I've heard someone talk about it. But I've not seen it. Who's in it? 2 fresh, completely new actors. Like, I'm gonna love it.
They have basically, that's why everyone I think is excited about it, because these people are, I think it's out already, but these people are relatively unknown in their...
because I saw a TikTok of someone saying, I wish I wouldn't have gone to see it by myself. And I was like, oops, skip. It was at night.
It looks, I am not a thriller horror person, but it looks really interesting and new. Like it looks
like a different take.
Yeah, totally.
Which I love that. And honestly, I'm a very big, like, Justin calls me a scaredy cat. Like I'm very jumpy. I, at any moment, think that a man is going to come up and wax on, wax off.
Disturbed.
Because it has happened too many times, and all girls are scared. Anyway, I get very fearful, but we've been watching a lot of the whodunit type films, like the Agatha Christie, Knives Out, and I'm eating them up. Like, they're so good, so exciting, and I think there are some scary parts. I'm sure. But it's not supposed to be scary. It's supposed to be a little quirky, a little cheeky.
Well, also maybe like suspenseful. Yeah, that's scary to me.
But I think those are the films I like to watch. But I also kind of like to watch horror films, even though I get scared. Like, which I know people like getting scared. I actually don't like being scared. I like being excited. Like on a roller coaster, I'm not scared. It's exciting.
Yeah.
I don't feel scared for my life. When I am being chased by a knife, I'm scared for my life.
Yes.
And I also get very weird. I don't know if you're like this, but when I watch a show and it's good, which usually I can get into it because they really set up horror films and thrillers nice in the beginning that you feel like you're close to the characters
Yeah.
and then you have to go on this journey with them. I get so into it. I think I might like Obsessed.
I think that it's just so new that I might be able to see past the horror of it, because there is some horror in it for sure.
Premise? What kind of scary movie?
So I've never heard of anything like it. I'm not saying there isn't, but I haven't. This high school aged boy finds a opportunity to make a wish about a girl that he has a crush on, and wishes that she would fall in love with him and be obsessed with him.
Oh, and he says obsessed, and she's obsessed.
I think he does say the word obsessed. And
he
then
has to.
And then it works. And she does become obsessed. And then lots of crazy, scary shit unfolds.
I could watch that. I could watch that. It's when it's like demon stuff that I'm like, I can't watch it.
I mean,
I don't want to let that energy into my orbital
She
bones.
definitely is possessed by this wish, and it gives demonic vibes.
Yeah.
So it is scary in that way.
Like spells, like that stuff doesn't scare me.
Yeah.
But if it's when it's like
Exorcist style.
Yes. It's exactly that. Those are the films I don't want to watch. Exorcist style.
I think that this is interesting too, because this girl that's playing, I think her name is Indy something. She has getting really, really, really amazing reviews and acclaim. And the thing that I think people are saying most about her is that she is very beautiful, very beautiful, but can turn on the creep factor so quick. And it is genuinely scary. Like, she has this smile that she does it is kind of chilling, and she's really good at it.
I cannot wait to watch. Yeah. I'm going to love this.
Other thing I was just going to say, you bringing up the crime stuff that you might have been watching, or crime adjacent stuff.
Yeah. Like murder mysteries.
We all know that women are obsessed with true crime, because we need to know what could happen to us at any point in time. Today I was walking my dog, and there was this woman on a run, full blast, no headphones, phone bumping a true crime podcast, and she lapped me like 2 times. This was the juiciest true crime podcast I've ever heard. It was like every time she passed me, it was like, and then she locked and loaded the gun, and he ran at her in the kitchen, and then the next lap it was like,
it like a book or a podcast?
No, it was a podcast, like diving into the files of a real case.
It was like Crime Junkie or something.
Correct. Yeah, totally. Okay. But I was like, damn, what a badass! Like, she was hauling ass on this run to make sure that she never got caught.
And she was
by one of these people.
She was letting them know. No, I know.
I know.
Do you hear me? I'm listening to what you might think you might want to do, but let me tell you, I don't have headphones.
And it made me.
You can't sneak up on me this time.
And it made me think about, sometimes when people talk about Pilates, like people make funny jokes about Pilates or women's fitness in general. It's like, what are we training for in Pilates, women? Because, it's like, are we training for the army? Because it's difficult and it is hard work.
Yeah.
But in reality, I'm like, no, that woman just proved the point. She is literally showing you on her run what she's training for. She is running and training to run away from anyone that might put her in the back of their trunk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like I thought it was like some poetry in motion, if I'm being quite honest.
No, truly that is. I was about to say it's very poetic. I think about, especially in Atlanta, there's a lot right now going on in Atlanta with our Beltline, and there's a problem with a lack of police presence on the Beltline, and a lot of like areas that are, I don't know, there's just not a lot of people around them. But it's a really beautiful, like this big sidewalk in Atlanta, bars and restaurants, shops, really cute. It's the coolest part about Atlanta. We talked about it a few weeks ago. We love it.
Yes.
But a woman was harmed.
A postal
she was
worker.
murdered. A woman was harmed. And then another woman, Alyssa Page, was murdered by the same man on the same day, whom in January of this year attacked a woman, broke her nose, cracked her orbital bone at a MARTA station. All attacks random and just on women. So,
but random by the same man.
Same man.
Yeah.
Different. The postal worker and the stabbing on the Beltline happened on the same day, but the MARTA thing happened in January. And he went to jail for that, and then he got out like 100 days early
and did it again.
Yep. But we are worried. We're more worried about pulling people over for talking on their cell phone than actually stopping any crime. But That's Atlanta.
But that's why we all need to
Go to
train.
Pilates.
So if anybody gives you shit about your Pilates class or your Orange Theory class or you're
berries,
running for a marathon,
your heated Pilates,
I don't know, your
just
yoga, anybody gives you, say, I'm training to get away from you and to fight back.
Yeah.
So run and tell that.
Run and tell that.
Run and tell that home boy. Remember that?
Yes.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching all your people up. Trying to
climbing.
So you better hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your kids, hide your wife. Antoine Dodson. That was his name.
Roll Tide from Huntsville, Alabama.
He was a news meme. Good for him.
I would be shocked if someone didn't know who that he was. He was really like, I mean, maybe like a Gen Zer wouldn't know.
No, yeah, they wouldn't. Let's bring it back though.
Yeah. Bring it back. What is he doing? I'm sure he's an internet personality.
Yeah, I would still be.
I would be.
An internet
sensation.
Fame. Can you imagine if on your LinkedIn it's like
I
known
was the
for
guy.
internet fame?
That's how things will be in the future, for sure.
It's like, you may know me of such viral
video.
videos.
This is how many views I got on it. That's going to be a part of the workforce at some point.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
I mean, it's stats.
It is. It's true analytics.
It's true analytics. People know. I feel like my brain is so melty right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm deepest apologies.
No, I don't think that you're melting. I feel like you are engaged.
Oh, good. Because I feel engaged. I just feel like I am full of popcorn in my brain. Like it's just like pop, 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 pop. Like nothing's happening. It's just salt and nothing.
Salt and butter and oil.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. And you know what? This happened this weekend where I had to go to J-Dog's cousin's graduation. It was lovely, beautiful. And I was talking to this awesome couple at the party afterwards at their house. And I was talking to the friends of J-Dog's aunt and uncle. So I did not know these people. This is my first time meeting them. And, you know, they ask me what I do, where I live, and I tell them Atlanta, I'm an actor, and I have a podcast, you know, tell them all the stuff.
Whole shebang.
And then they start talking about theaters because they used to live in Atlanta. So they talk about going to Synchronicity,
nice.
All of them.
Seven
you know what
stages.
I mean? Like everything. Yeah. He's talking about everything. And I'm like, and he's asking me questions about what theaters I like to go to, what shows I've liked that I've loved and which ones I want to be a part of. And I get 10 minutes into this conversation and I realize I'm in my brain and I'm like, what am I saying? What have I been saying? Have I said anything? Am I talking about Thomas the Train? Yeah. Like what? I realized that I was there, but I was not there. And I just stopped talking and I was like, do you guys know where the restroom is? I would rather them think that I had to take a huge dump than that I was a bird brain. Like I was
didn't know. Then you said, I lost my place.
No, I panicked and I said improv sister. Yeah, I was like, I lost my place on the page.
I am going to poop my britches. Can you believe it? Excuse me.
I would rather them think that I was going to poop my pants than or pee, rather than
that you
be a bird brain.
Yeah.
I was so embarrassed. I walked away and I was turning red bread. I was turning bread. Exactly. That was a great example.
I mean, I feel that way right now just because of Pilates, like teaching Pilates and having to talk in a way that's like I'm having to describe all these movements to these people, and a lot of these people maybe have never done Pilates before or this modality of Pilates, so I'm having to also demonstrate at the same time sometimes, and then I'm having to correct.
Hard. Yeah.
And I also feel like I'm like then I poppity pop pop pop, and I'm trying to do it all at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's not exactly the same as what you're saying.
But that's exactly the feeling I'm describing. I know what feeling. It's like you're saying all these things and you're not sure if it's landing, and then all of a sudden you realize you've been talking and you're like, oh, and now I'm still talking, and what am I saying, and is it landing? And it wasn't. That's why I was thinking about what I was talking. And you know what's crazy is I have ADHD. ADHD.
Aunt Hailey and I went on Friday. We actually went with Matt Bacon too, which was let's
tell the folks.
We had a throuple date.
Yeah.
It was nice.
It was
we went
sister wives meeting.
Yep, it was. We went to we tried to go to a couple places, but it was Friday night and we didn't have a res, and we were just bebopping around until we finally landed at Luella, which is, if you're an Atlanta native, where the Ivy used to be.
Heck yeah.
Maybe you had a few late nights at the Ivy. Well, now it's a fancy steakhouse,
and it's
and it was
grew
great
up with us.
It really, that's such a good way to put it.
Yeah.
It really did.
I was thinking that when we were sitting
That's a good
there,
way
I
to
was like,
put
I'm
it.
glad this place evolved with me. Otherwise, it'd be kind of sad.
I know.
Because I would still come.
I
I would still go to Big Sky or the Ivy every once in a while. I always get those confused. They're the same idea.
Yeah,
to
Big
me.
Sky was like
It's like
more,
a game day bar. That's what I think of.
Yeah.
Like we're going to go to a Big Sky on a game day.
and yeah,
In the Ivy.
in the Ivy.
Same.
But now the Ivy is Luella, and it's really
it's
beautiful
awesome.
on the inside, and the food's
Yeah.
really good. And we sat at the bar and we chit chatted.
We giggled.
We giggled. We made gigs with the bartender. Anyway, it was nice. We had a
Matt
nice time.
said, I think, well, we had something happen on the way to Luella. And then we were talking about like disses, like weird things you can tell people.
Oh yeah. Matt yelled at a pedestrian on the way to Luella in our car, and this brought up the conversation.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that. I was just like, he did.
he did.
We were just talking
he
about
yelled,
disses.
and the pedestrian did not know that he was yelling at him. It was inside the comfort of our own car.
He honestly didn't even yell it. He just
said it. And
yeah.
but the pedestrian never knew, so don't come for him. He just was.
He was in the privacy of
He
his
was just
own-
saying his own thoughts out loud.
Yeah. But I'm not going to say the word, but weird bee. If you called a weird bee,
If you tell
if someone
someone
called me a weird bee, I would absolutely crumble.
if you are talking to someone and they do something that's weird or unsavory and you go, you're a weird bitch, that for the right person could slap them in their soul.
That would, first of all, because I am weird. Second of all, I don't know why that is like the meanest thing you can say to someone.
But being a weird bitch is different than just being like, oh, they're a little weird. Like when you're a weird bitch, it's like because you move weird.
Yes,
like you move
yeah,
weird.
it's a different kind of weird.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, according to what we see, it's like Amanda from Summer House. Like that's weird. You're
think
doing
that
weird things. You're saying weird things.
on this like bitch scale, it's kind of like there's little bitch, right? Like
Yeah.
there's little bitch, and that's
wait, I love
you can
little
say
bitch.
something
That's loving to me.
That's like you're a little bitch. Like
Don't
that's
be a little bitch.
But then on
I
the
think that's
other
loving.
polar opposite, it's weird bitch.
Yeah.
You know, and then somewhere in the middle, it's like
It's just be.
you're just a bitch, or you're like, I don't know, but it's on the top end of the spectrum of like things that you
I
could
think it's-
cut with. You could
yes.
cut somebody like a knife with that phrase.
You know what's crazy? Actually, it's not that crazy. But if someone called me that, I was just thinking when Matt said it, I was like, wow, if someone ever called me that, it would never leave me. I would remember them. I would remember what they were wearing. I would remember what I was wearing. I would remember how I was feeling. I would remember what I ate for breakfast that morning because that's
remember-
how insane it would be to be called that in that type of way.
It was a crisp,
you're a weird
crisp fall day. It was 45 degrees.
yeah.
I was wearing a red jumper
jumper,
and blue shoes
blue shoes.
with green khakis.
Oh,
My hair was tied up in
primary colors.
My hair was tied up.
She's
in
going to kindergarten.
in a yellow bow.
She's going to kindergarten. Oh, primary colors.
I was on the playground.
I knew it.
Someone came up to me
Oh,
and asked to take my seat on the
swing.
and I said no, and they said, "You're a weird bitch."
Wait, did that really happen?
No.
Okay, I was like,
No, I'm just saying that's how much detail you could know about the
Yes.
story. If somebody called
Truly.
you that, you would just remember everything.
well, that's why I believed you because I was like, that's very mature, mean thing to say for a young person. Usually, you're a turd
in public
poopy
school,
dupe.
anything flew. You know, we were out there slanging words we shouldn't have been slanging.
Truly, I remember when. I mean, I bring this up a lot because I will never forget the realization and just like. This was when I started to realize like I'm a girl and I'm going to get judged for my looks. Like I never felt it until, like you have this moment. Maybe it's like a time of your life, but there's a time where it shifts. You realize that your looks will be commented on, whether they're good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember during that time, this was the day that I realized someone said that I had DSL and a big ass forehead.
Yeah,
and that's how they said,
this.
you have DSL and a big ass forehead. First of all, fast internet, crazy. That's what I thought.
No, I have dial up. Okay, I've got dial up still.
So I thought they were calling me smart because I have a big forehead.
And they said you got a big forehead. You have DSL.
But guess what? Someone corrected me. They were like, girl, do you know what that means? And they told me, and I said, I'm devastated. I'm devastated.
We talked about this before, and I
never
said
said
that somebody said that to me too in the drama department one day.
It would be in the drama
and
department.
they're basically like, you are low-key ugly, but at least you have DSL. And I was like, oh my God.
I've got fast internet.
Oh my God, I've got fast internet.
The Wi-Fi's really great over here.
I'm about to go on MSN Messenger and tell everybody I know.
Dance Party 347 logging in.
Twinkle Toes 22. Coming for you.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
That's hilarious. I sometimes see the person who said that to me on Facebook. And I'm like,
despicable.
Yeah, I look them up and down and I say,
despicable.
Who should we start commenting on people's looks now?
Despicable.
You want to get into it now? Now that I got out of my awkward phase and you're in yours? You ready for this heat?
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. Well,
you're not going to fool me again.
Fool me again.
I miss that guy.
That's really good.
I just want him to make me giggle.
I miss him. I miss that guy.
Just watch some. Well, I just miss the vibes.
No, we miss his comedy routines.
Yes,
we miss his stand up.
I miss the stand up.
Yeah, we miss the stand up.
I miss his bits.
Obviously,
those are good.
They are really good. This is the last week of school for a lot of people.
Oh my gosh, moms, are you guys okay? Are you scared? Like, what's about to happen?
I'm scared, but I mean, I'm not like.
You are seasoned though. You know what to do.
It's scary every year, but I'm on Zoloft this year, so it feels a little bit less scary.
Yeah, good.
And I just started true ADHD medication, and so it feels less scary. I feel like
it's less overwhelming.
And also, she's older, so I'm just kind of like, well, we're just gonna roll with the punches. She's in some camps,
and there's no nap time, so it's like
there's no nap time.
When you get out of nap time territory. As a nanny, so I don't know.
It gets really scary.
But it's scary because it's like we don't have a break, but it's also relieving because it's like we're not ruling our day.
There's no time constraints on when we're out and about. We don't have to be back by a certain time. That's true.
No, I do appreciate that.
It's good. I'm looking forward to summer for myself.
Yeah.
Just because I want to I don't know, get out there, see what the world has to offer me.
Yeah.
As a baddie.
As a
baddie.
As a baddie. I thought you were going to say a weird bitch.
I was going to say weird bitch. I was going to say that, but I feel like maybe I had said that too much. But I am low key probably a weird bitch, but not bitch in like a way that I'm mean.
You're not mean.
When I
You're silly.
But when I altercate with people, I'm sure in their head they're thinking I'm a weird bitch for sure, you know?
But anytime you altercate with someone, they're going to think that.
But I'm also comfortable with that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
Oh my gosh! Yesterday, we should tell the folks about what happened yesterday when I had to bring out my altercation.
Yes, lay it out.
I have, you know what? We've talked about this before, you guys. I have a neighbor who lives directly below me, so if they're listening, probably. Since I moved in 2019, they complain about everything. And it's very clear that it's like I just feel like making someone else's day hard. Like, I'm not kidding. It is I just cannot imagine living my life expecting people to bend the way she does. Let's just say that. Yesterday, me and my bestie nanny boy were over here hanging out, and I have this part in my condo. It's all wood floors. So they're fun when you have socks on. You might want to do a little run and slide. You might want to take your trains.
You might want to pull a Jerry Maguire.
Yes, no one take knows. Your trains. And we were hopping around a little bit, but not much. Like, seriously, not much. I had a big audition, so I also had sides in my hands trying to learn lines, but playing, and we were quiet. Let's just say that. She texts me, and she's like, I'm on a Zoom call, and my client just asked what the noise was upstairs. Can you stop running? And I was like,
First of all, no, they didn't. First of all, no, they did not.
Also, I did not run back and forth. And also, you could just tell them, yeah, it's my neighbors upstairs. They have a loud dog. You could have said anything. Who cares? She's an interior designer, by the way. So we weren't recording. She wasn't on a radio show. There was no reason. Well, I'm just saying, why would you need it to be
and drop quiet?
And also, why aren't you in a soundproof room if that's the case?
Also, you live in a condo.
Because
it's community living.
It's community living. Get over yourself. So I don't answer because I'm like, I'm not answering this girl. Then she comes up and knocks on the door. I, yesterday, had a sickness. So I was indisposed. Is that what you say, indisposed?
She could not make it to the front door.
Yes. So I have a dog barking, a 3-year-old being like, like excited, like it's fun. So more noise, running back and forth, and I'm stuck in one position. You know what position that is. And I just texted her back because I was like, clearly she's not going to leave until I respond to her. So I said, I've let the child know. And that's all I said. I've let the child know. She keeps knocking. This is 2 minutes now. I'm looking at my phone. It's been 2 minutes. Finally, I'm able to get up and go. 2 minutes. She's banging at this door. I answered her and she goes, what's going on up here? Huge smile. What's going on up here? Are you running around? She sees the little boy and I literally blocked so she couldn't look at him because I'm like, don't look at him.
No.
And then I said, I got your text. I couldn't get to the door. I've let him know that there's no more running. And she goes, well, yeah, it's really, it's been like this all day. And I go, well, that's a lie. And I just said it. And I was like, that's a lie because we've been here for an hour. So there's no possible way that it's been like this all day. Also, my dog is she's not at that age where she's jumping around. She sleeps all day. You are not disturbed. You heard me for 1 second and decided you wanted to be a weird, you know what? Yeah. So she keeps going. And now she says, well, or she says something like, goes on about how I'm disturbing her. And I go, I'm mad now because I've already told her, I've heard her, I understand her, and I've told the child no more running. By the way, I will tell that child to run all
harder.
Yes.
Stomp.
No. And I didn't really, I just said that to her. I just said that I told him to stop because honestly, he doesn't need to. He's a kid. Let him. He wasn't running. It's not like he was stomped up. He's a 3-year-old. Imagine how much he weighs. Not a lot. So she goes, I said something about, you must not know anything about kids because I know she doesn't. And because this is the second time she's complained about me and my friend being over here because she hears him run. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, he's done maybe twice. Like, do. You know what I mean? Like, back over here. Yeah. Like, it's not like he's running laps. Anywho, I say that. And she goes, well, I can see. She goes, well, who's taking care of who then? I looked at her and I go, okay, bye. Bye. I'm not having this conversation anymore. You shouldn't live in a condo. I got so mad. And I sounded crazy. And I was
you didn't.
I said, you shouldn't live in a condo. I go, you live in a place where other people live. Buy a house. And I just said, and she just kept on trying to talk. And I said, buy a house. I've never been so rude to someone in my life. I don't think. Besides like my brother. Like I've been meaner to like my brother.
Hailey, that's not being rude. You just finally had the opportunity to tell her to her face what she needs to hear. You've been dealing with this for years.
Since 2019.
Yes.
And then I go downstairs. I have another text from her saying why she needed it. And then I see her typing after she left. So she was probably going to say something to me, but
did she ever say
she
anything?
never sent it. Good. And she shouldn't have, because I would have said, I'm literally going to file a restraining order. Like,
please do not ever apologize for what you said.
I almost did this morning too. I woke up early to prep for that audition. I was in my feels. There's a dead mom scene. I was in my feels and I was like, you know what? What kind of person do I want to be? Who am I becoming? Where am I going in life? I don't want to talk to people like that.
You want to be a person who stands up for themselves,
but also, do not. Well, I mean, we've talked about this several times, but my bull crap meter is literally. It's not like the bar. You could do the smallest thing to me at this point, and I will not take it. Like I.
Also, how old is she?
She is in her late 40s to early 50s.
Okay.
Oh, and she came up in, I'm not going to say that. No.
You'll tell me later.
Yeah, I will tell you. I do want to tell you that. I don't need to put that on the internet, but anyway, I think one of the greatest things, because there are no great things, but if there were great things from losing a parent, it is, I truly have low. It's also a bad thing too, because I do get worked up a lot more easy right now, obviously. Like I get stressed out more easy.
Yeah.
But it is a good thing in the sense that I'm like, no, my like threshold, like it stops way sooner. Mm-hmm. So it just stops. Mm-hmm. And I told you about like that conversation I had with someone the other day and I was like, hey, I'm not doing this. And shut it down. And I'm proud of myself for that, because otherwise right now I think I would get run over by other people.
Right. Yes.
Because it's one or the other.
And then you're going to burn your candle from both ends.
And I cannot.
And that's just not going to do anything for anyone at any point in life, but certainly not right now. So yeah, where you're trying to do stuff for yourself and do stuff for other people.
And I was plenty respectful and kind to her before she told me that I was getting run around by this 3-year-old. I was like,
I would have popped her.
Truly,
Poppity pop pop pop.
I would have done her a favor if I hit her.
You would have, because she would have been like,
she would have
called 911. She would have said,
well, duh.
Please.
She would call 911 if I took a step towards her. I think she's like one of those.
A Karen.
She invented it. She invented it. Her name is not Karen, but that's her name on the pod from here on out. Karen. Do you know that there's a new Karen name that they're using?
Jessica. I know. It's Jessica. It's Jessica. It's because...
But I think Jessica's... When I think of Jessica, I don't think of Karen. I'm like... When I think of like what we're calling a Jessica now, I'm like... I think of like... That's Jessica. I don't think of a Karen.
I think of a Jessica as less of a Karen and more of like a stuck-up weird bitch.
I think of more of a girl. I don't see
like a mean girl.
A mean girl maybe, but I don't think naggy or whiny.
Or like I'm gonna try to be a justice warrior for things that don't need justice. That's what I think. Yeah, like justice warrior for what I think is important, which is being other people's business.
Yes, like
I
seriously,
think Jessica is just like mean and snotty and would just say mean things to you out of spite.
So what are we calling the girls who are like always one-upping, or like the girl who's a pick-me? What do we call those girls? I guess just pick-me's.
Oh God, no, they need a name too. You're right. I think that a pick-me girl, I think that her name would be something like, honestly, like Ashley, Ansley.
I'm trying to like think. I'm like Kristen, but we don't have any Kristens. I thought of like that vibe because I just thought about that girl on TikTok who does the Kristen.
Oh yeah,
she's like Stefan. But yeah, that's I don't know. What if you use all of your Karen energy and you took it for good and not evil?
Then that would be a Greta.
Shut up,
Greta Thunberg.
Thunberg. Wait, you just it's Nope.
Dun, 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 dun.
Don't drop that.
Or Jane Fonda, because I like Jane Fonda. She's pretty politically
Jane Fonda, yes,
plugged in and doing good.
And that's okay. You're Fonda.
Drop that hey, drop
Greta
that
Thunberg. But what? Now I have a list.
Greta Thunberg.
Now I have a list. One time I had a friend who had like a slight lisp. I'm trying to think of like the words that she would do, but she had a lisp like, she'd be like, yeah, like it would just be sometimes. And when I would talk to her, I would mimic it. And I wouldn't mean to.
It's kind of like an accent. Sometimes we were speaking with someone with an accent. Scooby has a friend.
Like Southern people, I do it when I when I go to Justin's family and I'm talking to them, I'll like adapt it. I will be full Southern.
Like Scooby has a friend whose dad is from the UK, and I catch myself when I'm speaking to him.
Right.
He'll be like, he'll literally say things like, I don't know, he'll be like, I'm keen on whatever. And I'll just be like, oh, I'm keen on that too. Yeah. Like I'll just immediately say it back to him. And he came to our house one time for a play date, and I did that to him. And Matt was literally looked at me in front of him. He goes, "Stop!"
Oh
Matt
no!
Was like, you have to stop, because I was like, "Cheerio, Peppa Pig!" Whatever. And Matt was like, and the man was like, and Matt was like, "Stop! Stop! I'm so sorry, stop!" Yeah, and I was like, "Oh, sorry,
my dad."
Sorry about that. Yeah,
my dad does that. Groot, if you're listening, he will, when we're at places, we'll get into he will match people's energies big time.
An energy matcher. Mm-hmm. I like that. Not bad.
I'm holding back a yawn so hard.
I think that I dropped the thun before I got in here because I feel sleepy, snoozy, eyeballs closing. But I also took a walk this morning, so maybe I got hit with some sort of ragweed. Some sort of ragweed. Or something or another.
You know what? Quite possible. I have a little tickle in my throat. I've got a lot of issues right now, but also that's what happens when you don't sleep.
Meh.
Yahoo!
Yeah, hell yeah, DSL. Let's go. Come on, Jeeves. Lay it out there.
Ask me nothing.
Truly. Is there
I
anything?
never asked Jeeves anything. I think that was right before my time on the internet.
I asked Jeeves a lot. He had
What'd you ask
he had a
him?
platter right next to the search bar.
I remember what it looked like.
He was really tall and thin he looked like a little penguin. He kind of looked like the butler from The Nanny. I don't know.
yeah.
I asked Jeeves anything. I would ask Jeeves. I would ask Smart Kid and Jeeves anything that came into my mind. Smart Child.
Kid.
I mean, he wasn't that the AOL screen name that was like AI. That was like
Smarter
the original
Child.
Smarter Child. That was like the original AI.
Whoa.
And you would talk to it, and it was the original chat.
That was totally the original chat.
Yeah.
I talked to Smarter Child for a long time because I wasn't allowed to add anyone.
That's right.
So my dad was letting me talk to it, which, by the way, probably worse for me to talk to AI. But I guess do you remember chat rooms?
Of course I do.
Okay,
Yes.
you guys.
ASL.
ASL?
Age, sex, location.
Oh, I was like, American Sign Language?
GTG. No. ASL.
ASL. Age.
And then they would be like,
That's right.
Want to go to it was a private room, but they would call it something. So like
breakout room. No.
But you could meet people in the chat room
and then go into a private.
And then go into a private room. Don't drop that.
I'm so glad that is not. I guess that is real. That's the internet. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's
it's
Instagram.
all real. Yeah, no,
I was like, I'm so glad that's done.
No,
it's
slide
really
into my
scary,
DM, slide into my private DM.
And you send me a PM.
Send me a pic
When people say,
of your feet.
and then you send me a check that turns into cash.
No, they don't. They send you a Venmo.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Cash at me.
Okay, wait. I just watched a video on TikTok where this woman, and it was a lady at the drive-thru, and she says this woman orders like this every time, and she goes, "Can I get the blank salad with the raspberry Virginette?" Yep, and then she pays with a check. She's not even that old. Like, I would think that that's an old lady.
No, it's
But
not.
she's in her like 40s or
She
something.
called, instead of vinaigrette, she called it Viginette, and then she said, "Hold on one second, I gotta balance my checkbook."
She wrote out the check and wrote out the notes, like what. Yeah, she was balancing that. She was writing what the check was for in her little notes at the back.
You know what though? Whatever works for you to stay on budget.
Very true. Wait. Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're gonna be okay.
You know what? A girl, she's gonna be okay. Maybe.
I'm not gonna lie. Do you have any closing thoughts? Do you have anything else you wanted to cover today?
I would like to cover all of our new hires in prayer.
Oh, perfect.
And myself.
As would
and
I.
you. Yeah.
Peace be with you.
Yes, I would like everyone to have a great freaking weekend this weekend. I think it's finally getting hot and staying hot.
Weekend. Yeah, it's gonna be like 90 smackaroos this
Up in
weekend.
Atlanta. Yeah.
It's the freaking weekend, baby. I'm about to have me some fun.
I want to know, we need to talk about our goals for the summer.
Oh wow, like our summer bucket
Yeah,
list.
we tell everybody every year, you did go end up on a boat last year. You said you wanted to be on a boat and you got on a boat at some point. There was one time, I remember, because I remember DMing you. I PM'd you and I said, "You're on a boat."
I know. I think,
But it wasn't like the kind of boat you want to be in.
Right.
It was
I
like with
think-
family. You wanted to be on a.
I wanted to be on
like a
little yachty,
like a little
shaking my thing.
Yeah, like on
Like who's the ish with a look and an ask of scandalous. I like to dance at the hip hop spots. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, and maybe I would like to do that again this year. You know, I would just, my bucket list for this summer is more, I think, aligned with I just fell asleep. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I'll have to think about it.
Nang.
I'll have to think about what my bucket list is. I'll come prepared next week for sure.
I don't know what mine is either. So everybody thinks of your bucket list items, and you are going to message us. You're going to PM us.
You have
yours.
homework.
You have homework.
Absolutely have homework. This is a take home quiz.
Do it
need
before you call the cops.
That's correct. And I want 3 to 4 detailed bucket list items you'd like to accomplish over the summer. I want to know who you're going to be doing them with. And then I want you to start thinking about if they require some sort of money, how you're going to acquire that money.
Yes.
And then I want you to start blocking time on your calendar so you can make it happen.
Blocking the time.
You have to block the time or else it will not
won't happen. Ooh, girl, that is true. Okay. You guys
do the work.
Do the work.
Put the work in.
We'll be back next week with these bucket list items.
It's true.
Miss Teacher Lady.
With that, please rate, review, subscribe. Please share this episode with a friend. Please don't dial 911 unless it's a case of emergency. And don't be a weird bitch, okay? We love you. Bye.
Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.